Hi, hi, hi. So, do you recognize the background? Yes, I'm back in London. Um, I've been back since a few days. I took some time to recover. As you can see, I'm still tired. It was like almost a 24-hour journey from door to door. So it's kind of exhausting. And then I'm still a little jet lagged. Um, I'm waking up super early, going to bed equally early. Like I woke up today at 1 a.m. So, well, it's part of it. So, let's get back to business. All right, so today the theme of the live is, well, first of all, I'm super happy to talk to you and be back in London and share, um, share my teachings with you. So, well, I had a wonderful 2 months. It was great. I had the opportunity to work with also people there. It was quite really, really good. It was really good. Hi, Sherilyn, how are you doing? So, yeah, so a few words before I move to the theme of the live. Yeah, it was good. It was obviously different vibe, different culture, different environment. So that was good to go back to my roots, because sometimes we need to go back to our roots to heal what's really deeply rooted. This is another topic, but healing also affects generations. So if you heal yourself, guess what? The generations before and after are going to benefit from it. And sometimes you might need to heal the generations before you too. So you're going to see, I'm uploading right now a testimonial from my own mom, and you're going to hear from her. So on that note, so that was what I wanted to say. Now, the title of this live is to always bring joy. Hi, Amina. Was to bring joy, fun, and playfulness in your daily activity. Why? Because no matter what you're going through, whether you are succeeding at what you want to manifest or it's taking more time than you wanted, make sure that every single day is something you do enjoy. Okay? And because at the end of the day, that's the gist of life. Love and fun and excitement. And if you can't enjoy your daily life because you're so focused on your end outcome, I mean, what's the purpose of living, right? Yes, it's good to create things, it's good to accomplish, but the most fulfilling part is when you do enjoy whatever you're doing, no matter what it is. So this is something to remember, to keep in mind. Sometimes, let's say, you are a little disappointed because you haven't reached the results that you want, because it takes longer than you wanted, because things are taking an unexpected turn, and you feel really pissed off. I'm not telling you to dismiss it, but take time to still enjoy whatever is around you, whether it's spending time with your family, enjoying the time that, like the time just to walk, to breathe the air, to basically be alive. This is something that sometimes we take for granted, and we only realize when it's been jeopardized. So don't wait until this is happening to you. Okay? So in terms of the announcements, I have a few things I've been thinking, right? So I wanted to share with you. And obviously, if there are any interests, I will take it forward. So should I start with the bigger one or the smaller one? Which one? Tell me. I need some interaction here. Okay. Okay, let's start with the course I have in mind. So, I'm thinking of doing a course that is going to really help you become more of an action taker. And so why am I saying this? So I've noticed with many people I've worked with that it's oftentimes the inability to feel empowered to do stuff that is blocking them. So they feel they don't have the strength, or you're sluggish, you don't really want to do, but you want to do, and you procrastinate. So a very key component of this, of you not accomplishing what you want, is that at your core, you're not feeling strong enough. So you're feeling disempowered, somewhat weak. And I'm not saying like you're weak because you're feeling weak at that part of your body, but it's like someone who needs, people talk about having a strong core, physical core, when you go to the gym and do some, what's that name? Sit-ups. To have a strong core and do a lot of exercise so that your body has a stronger, feel more stable, and your back is not, you're not doing this, but you're more, you're standing in a better, you have a better posture. So the same way you want to have a good posture, physical posture, you want to have a good emotional and spiritual posture. All right, so what am I talking about? It sounds like nonsense, but it isn't. So what I'm talking about is having a strong emotional and spiritual core. If someone has experienced a lot of, I've been slapped a lot by life. Let's say you feel somewhat beaten up by life. You have accumulated a lot of negative energy, heavy energy, and that is blocking your ability to feel empowered. So I'm going to do very, 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 very thorough and deep work exactly at that point, so that your core is becoming so strong that is a no-brainer. And that has so many it's intertwined with so many things in your life. Your ability to speak up for yourself, to say no, to do things, to take action. And it will feel so much more natural, as opposed to, I have to make this happen. And then every single tiny step feels like something huge, because it feels so, because it's not easy, because you're struggling to do this. So when you are in that state, when you're in that mode, it's not even a state anymore. It's when you are in that heaviness because everything feels so hard. It's because at your core is not strong. Actually, I'm going to give you another example of someone who, has a somewhat weak core. So I was talking to someone who was telling me that he had many issues, right? One of them was feeling really torn between two situations, two groups of people, and you wanted to be there for everybody. This is typical people pleaser. So if you're a people pleaser, you want to make everybody happy. At the end, you make nobody happy, and not even you. So this is because you have weak boundaries. You can't say no. You can't step up for yourself, and you don't have the strength even to even say something, because inside you don't have it in you. It feels impossible. It's like you might be conceive it because you've seen it on movies and on other people, but you doing it feels like, oh my God, no way. Okay. Another of that person's characteristics was that he kind of told me as well that, well, even in relationships, he didn't have the strength to put an end to it when it was time. And he kind of was somewhat of a coward then, because he couldn't say it, right? And obviously he would give himself so many reasons. I don't want to hurt the person. I can't, blah, blah, blah. The reality is because inside he didn't have the strength. Why? Because why? Because that person had a weak core. For many other reasons. Obviously, it's related to many things: childhood, family, culture, various things. But the point is, when you have a weak core, there are many things in your life that you can't really say, do, and act upon, even though deep inside you really do want to say these things and do these things, but you feel you can't. People might say you're a coward, or you lazy, or ultimately it looks like it. But what's really happening is that you don't have that strength. And what this program, this training is going to do, this healing is going to do, is going to heal what's wounded and inject you with that sense of strength and empowerment. Afterwards, you're not going to feel afraid anymore to speak up. You're not going to feel like it's heavy to speak your mind or deal with some paperwork, or all of whatever used to feel terrible and horrible and scary is going to feel like a no-brainer. And this is, how am I doing that? I'm going obviously to work my magic on you by healing your core, your emotional and spiritual core that got wounded at some point of your life over and over and over and over again. Or another situation is you didn't build your core, like someone never exercised. Well, he doesn't have a very strong core, does he? So it's the same thing. If you didn't learn how to, well, it's you don't have that strength in you. And what this training and this healing is going to do is taking this strength and injecting it in you. And it is something that, has been done with that person I talked about. I worked on him, and it was almost instant. In fact, it was quasi-instant, because an hour or two later, he actually told me, he said, oh my gosh, you know what? I feel much stronger now. Sounds like a fairy tale? Well, it's not a fairy tale, it's true. And it's why it's what I'm good at. And these things that might feel impossible to believe, well, I've done that with clients, with people I worked with. It's totally something that you can have. So if you are in this situation and You want to be that person who speaks up for yourself, who stand up for yourself, who is not afraid. And you know what? I'm not even going to tell you how to do this. It's going to come naturally. Why? Because when we heal the wounds and we remove all of that is blocking you, you're going to naturally be inclined to do and say what you really, really want, what you really, really feel like saying and doing. And this is where the magic happens. I'm really excited because this is something I have had in mind for a few months. But obviously I've offered other trainings because it's a journey. You're going through a path. I'm not saying that you can't do it if you haven't done any other training. All of them are extremely complementary because it focuses on let's say a specific outcome. However, it doesn't mean that other areas of your life are not affected. In fact, they are all affected because guess what? Everything is connected. Everything is intertwined. So that's why I'm going to give you another, I don't know if I call it tip, but another explanation, let's say, for those who feel like, my gosh, I've done some work on me for years and years and years, and why isn't that happening? Why isn't that, why am I not where I want to be? Well, guess what? It's about what they called, there was that guy who wrote that book. Oh yeah, tipping point. Yeah. So sometimes you have quite a bit to feel before you can reach your desired outcome. So whilst you're feeling what needs to be felt, you're working through your layers and you're working over and over again. It doesn't mean you're not making any progress. It means like you're gaining skills. You become stronger in various areas of your life. And then at that moment, that's what's called the tipping point, is when everything connects. And this is when it looks like it happens at once. But did it? Well, when it clicked, yes, it was at once. However, all of the work that you've done, you've been doing it, for some of you, for years. And we are not the same. We don't come on this earth with the same baggage, with the same stuff. So some people might need less or more than others. And that's okay. Accept it. Acceptance of where you are so that you can move there quicker. I mean, there meaning where you want to be. Okay? So this is my small announcements. And because I've been here on for a while, maybe I'm going to leave the bigger announcements for my next video. So, because I want to come often, right? So that was the small announcements. Or should I tell you now? Tell me, what do you want? Do you want me to come back or do you want me to tell you everything now? Okay, I'm going to give you keywords, not many details. So the big announcements is something that is more of an idea that I am contemplating. So the idea that I'm contemplating is to do a retreat. Yay! So a retreat. I'm thinking 2 different locations. One, I'm thinking somewhere in Greece, and the other one, somewhere in the Indian Ocean, where I just spent 2 months. I know there are some people already interested. And I feel it's going to be... I see fireworks in my visions. Why? Because it's going to be amazing. Obviously. So... yeah, that's my yay. So that's my big announcement. At the moment, as I said, I am contemplating it, even though, usually when I contemplate something, it's not just for the sake of contemplating. It's because I already have the brick road being shown to me. Like in Oz, right? So that was it. I gave you my 2 announcements. So I'm still thinking of the title for my training that is coming up. Obviously, you got it. It's around strengthening your core so that you become that unapologetic you, empowered you, fearless you, that you always want to be but didn't have the guts to become yet. Or maybe you've done some work, but you're not embracing it totally. So this training is going to help you get there. And then the retreat, which is going to be super magical. So, you know, once upon a time, I wanted to do something around my previous life. I mean, you know, background, financial, professional background. And anyway, so I was thinking back then to do something in a castle in Scotland somewhere, but that's for another time. Right now it's Greece and Aurelian Islands. It's going to be magical. It's going to be deep transformational experience. And I'm so excited for those who are going to attend this. Look, if you already want to participate, you don't even know when, you don't even know how, but you know you want to be in, message me, you know, because that's going to be, you're going to be like the early birds. Good. So yeah, so I look, I know I look a little tired because, as I said, I'm still recovering from my 24-hour almost journey. But I'm happy to be back here because I was with you all the time anyway, right? So it doesn't matter where I am. I'm still with you, and I'm excited for that next adventure that I'm having with you. And obviously all of the offers that I talked to you about before, they're still there. You can still drink a magic potion, have some transformative intensive program with me on a one-to-one, or take a class or a group, or if you have a business, I'm going to bring magic into your business too. Anyway, I have a potion for anything and everything that you might feel need healing. But for now, I'm going to leave you and love you. And I'm going to speak to you in my next video. Bye-bye and happy manifesting.